ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नाम्ने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to today's daily divine discussion session on Srimad Bhagavatam. And we are going to be discussing from the first canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, third chapter, entitled Krishna, the fountainhead of all incarnations. We are going to discuss the verse number 3. So we discussed about 2 Purusha avatars. Yes. Now we are going to discuss about another Purusha aspect of Lord, a very special Purusha about whom we all have heard in the Bhagavad Gita. Right? And who is this Purusha? Let's find out in 1.3.3. Yasyavyayava samstane kalpito lokavistarah tadvai bhagavato rupam vishuddham sattvam. Yasya. Yasya means unka, his, Krishna's. Avayava samstanai. So this is kind of this expansion. Kalpita. This is something that's imagined. It is not actually, well, this form is there, yet at the same time it's not there. This is a form that is imagined by people who are very much attached. They are attached to material enjoyment. They're not detached in their heart. These people actually worship this particular form. And what is that form? Loka Vistaraha. This particular form is made out of the 14 planetary systems. Yeah, so this form is of the 14 planetary systems. But still, please understand, Tadvai, indeed, it is Bhagavato Rupam. This is actually the form of Bhagavan only. It is Krishna's form. This form is spiritual, but it is imagined. It is a conception. Vishuddham Sattvam Urjitam. This is pure form. Vishuddham. Vishuddha Sattvam means pure existence. Urjitam, an excellent form. And what is the form being spoken here? It is the form of the universe. Yesterday we discussed about the 14 planetary systems, right? So this is that personality, Vishwarupam. So if you see, the Vishwarupa is consisting of all the planetary systems. The Patal Loka are his feet. Then again, all the 14 planetary systems are situated on his body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like that. So this is how the 14 planets. So it is nothing but his body. And because he is the person who embodies the entire universe, he is called the universal form. Vishwarupam. Vishwa means universe. So this is his form, universal. Yeah. Loka Vistara. Yes, Loka Vistara. Let's study a little bit more about this Vishwarup. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. It is believed that all the universal planetary systems are situated on the extensive body of the Purusha. He is called as Virat Purusha. Yes, Virat Purusha. Virat means huge, mighty personality. It's called Virat. But he has nothing to do with the created material ingredients. His body is eternally in spiritual existence par excellence. It's not, although this particular body is imagined to be made in such a way that all the planets are located on this body, but still we need to understand that we should never think that this universal form is made of the Panch Mahabhutas, the five elements, or the mind, or intelligence. That is foolishness. This is Krishna's spiritual form. So this again is a very merciful aspect of Krishna. See, there are some of them who are having pure heart. Pure heart means heart is not having any material desires. That's called a pure heart. No material desires. Their heart is completely pure. So such people find it very easy to meditate on Krishna's Shri Vigraha. They meditate on Krishna's beautiful form as Sham Sundar, playing flute, the same forms that we have in our ISKCON temples. So they're able to meditate. But people with very, very materialistic heart, they have so many material desires. What about them? They are not able to fix their mind on the deity form. So for such people, Krishna has very mercifully told them, well, if your heart is not full of free of material desires, you can worship the universal form. Because universal form is a material form of Lord. It is not material in existence, but it is material in conception. Yes, we conceive it materially. It is not made of Panch Mahabhut or anything. It is a pure form. But it's conceived materially. It's perceived materially. So this is the form of Lord that materialistic people who are having a lot of material desires in heart, you meditate on those forms. No problem. That's how it is. Right? The conception of Virat Rupa or Vishwarupa of the supreme absolute truth is especially meant for neophytes. See, it's meant for neophyte who's beginning the process of yoga. Of course, Virat Purusha is also it's called a Dharana Ashraya. Dharana Ashraya. That means you have to start meditating on this one. Yes, but for whom? Neophyte, who is beginner. He is not very advanced yogi, he's a beginner yogi. For them. Why? Because why they are neophyte? Because they can hardly think of the transcendental form of the personality of God. They are not able to think of Krishna directly. They're not able to think of Narayan directly. Okay, so you start thinking about this. Anyway, your conception is material, your consciousness is material, so you worship a form that's material. Yes, you start meditating on Virat Rupa. And in course of time, what happens? In course of time, gradually this person's heart becomes free from material desires. All the material desires in the heart gradually are evaporated. Now this person becomes qualified to meditate on the deity form. How many of you are attracted to the deity form of Lord in your temples? You like your form? Yes. Maybe Radha Madhav, Radha Radha Raman, Radha Kunj Bingadi. Yes, various forms. We are attracted. That's good for Radha Gopinath. That's actually a very great fortune if you are attracted to such a deity form. But not everybody is attracted to the deity form. And that is why Krishna has to even come as material form. He's so merciful. You people are not qualified. You are not able to develop that attraction for my form. All right. Take this imaginary form. Meditate and gradually your heart will get pure. See how merciful is Krishna. He wants to create facility for anyone and everyone. Because he has this desire that everyone should get their heart purified and come to my abode. So merciful. Hey Krishna Karuna Siddhu. How much mercy. So usually these people form means something material. They cannot imagine spiritual form. What is spiritual form? There is nothing called spiritual form means material should be there. All right. This is what a neophyte thinks. Form means something material. And therefore, an opposite conception of the absolute is necessary in the beginning to concentrate the mind on the power extension of the Lord. So, because this person's consciousness is too much in material, then Krishna has to create a conception opposite to his conception. Krishna is totally spiritual. He's Satchidananda Vigraha. But he has to create, yes, he has to create such a conception. Okay, all right. I need to create such a conception. Hmm. Okay, fine, I'll do that. What to do? I will adjust. These people are not willing to change. I will adjust. I will develop conception which will be suited for them. So Krishna always does that. He is always willing to adjust. But somehow, please come back to me. Yes, Kaliyug people are very, very materialistic people, spiritually ill-minded people. What to do? Okay, I will adjust. I'll come in the form of holy name. Let them just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Kaliyug people are useless fellows. So Kali Kale Naam Rupa Krishna Avatar. I will come in the form of holy name. Let them benefit from my association. It's very easy because anybody can chant Hare Krishna, right? Anyone can chant Hare Krishna and they'll find me. So how Krishna is so very accommodative. He ensures everyone has a plan. Right? Even in Bhagavad Gita, if you read this section, 12.8, he says that Bhava Bhakti is the highest, Raga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional service. But you can't do that through Sadhana Bhakti, ninth verse. You can't do Sadhana Bhakti, don't worry, you do Karma Yoga, Karmarpana, Krishna Karmarpana. Offer your karma to me. You can't do that, please offer your karma fal to someone else. So like this 12 verses, he says, you can't do this, okay, do this. You can't do this, you do this. You can't do this, you do this. You can't do this. At least do this. He's making it easy. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasa jnanat dhyanat vishyate. Jnanat karma phalat tyagam tata kuru yatatmavan. At least do this much in the end, he says. Right? Do this much. So how accommodative is Krishna? Yes, he is willing to adjust. Okay, no problem. Can't do this, you do this. So if Krishna has adjusted so much, how much we have to do? What we have to do? In fact, Kali Yuga offer is golden offer. I wanted to ask all of you, especially those in Canada, if we are going to purchase, if we have to purchase um, an estate, 2 acres estate. Yes, there's a very nice farmhouse. There's green grass, 2 acres. How much? What will be the cost? Anybody? Please help me. The cost. I have no idea. But I have a desire like that Lord should have a farm community. Something like this. Let me see. That's it. I'm not talking about 2 acre plot. Something very similar to Amit Thakur's house. I'm talking of that sort. $10,000. That's it. It's too less. That will be rent of that place. Okay, it's increased one more zero. I think you're forgetting one zero. Must be $1 million. Yeah, $1 million. Okay. So now Kali Yuga's offer is yes, because our Gaurav Prabhu is our funds man. He knows. So $1 million is that plot. So everyone has desire, but nobody has $1 million. But in Kali Yuga, that $1 million plot, that's what that is the offer given by Chaitanya. It's available for $1. Then what you'll do? If that offer of $1 million house is available for $1, what will we do? We'll purchase as many as possible, right? Say, come on, Prabhu, we are going to purchase many. I have $10, so I'll purchase 10. But our situation is we don't even have that $1. Yes, all the plots, such wonderful farmhouses, they're all available for $1, $1 million available for $1. But problem is we don't even have $1. So what is Lord telling? Lord is telling that you ask me $1. I'll give you come, ask me. First of all, I've made that offer. 1 million is one. You don't have one. I know that. You come and ask me, I'll give you. And then you can go and buy. So this is the mercy of Lord. Hineshi Aushadi Maya Nashi Baro Lagi. I have brought this wonderful medicine by which you can finish the Maya. Yes. Harinama Maha Mantra Lao to be Magi. You just come and ask me, I'll give you. That's all. We just have to ask the Lord. But we are not asking also. Or we don't ask properly. We have to mind this. Simply go and ask the Lord for, please. We have to go to Gaurang Mahaprabhu and ask for Harinam. And Golokera Premadhanam. The treasure house of Golok Vrindavan is available free of cost. He gives us the Nam and He gives us the treasure. Everything. How merciful is Lord? As stated above, the Lord extends His potency in the form of the Mahat Tattva, which includes all material ingredients. Yes. So this Virat Purusha is person who is including all material ingredients are there in this form. Because the person's consciousness is material, he needs some form that's material to meditate. Yes. So it's all included. The extension of power by the Lord and the Lord Himself personally are one in one sense, but at the same time, the Mahat Tattva is different from the Lord. So is this Virat Purush Krishna? Yes and no. That's the answer. He's a material expansion of Krishna. The constitution is material, but the nature is spiritual. Just like DT. What is DT made of? DT is made of wood, stone, marble, paint, water, jewelry. Yes, these are all the different dhatus, elements from which the DT is made, right? So the DT's constitution may be material because that's how we can see the DT. Correct? We can only see the DT that. DT can, one of the form of DT is even mind. Because even in mind we can think of Jagannath, Gaurika, Radha Krishna. We can think of that. And there also Krishna manifests. Krishna is there. He's so merciful. You can come in the mind also. There you can worship Krishna in the mind, thinking of Krishna, and we can do the DT worship. Suppose we are traveling somewhere, we are not in front of the DT for Mangalarti. We cannot do that. We can offer Mansik Arti when we don't have. Of course, we should not take advantage of this and start offering Mansik Arti in dreams. Prabhu, did you do Mangalarti? Yes, Prabhu. I did Mangalarti. How you do? How you did? I was in sleep. I did. I was sleeping nicely, and in sleep I was worshipping the Lord. You told us in Bhagavatam class you can worship Lord in sleep in the mind also. So I did that. When that particular opportunity is not there, traveling, right? You're outside, and that opportunity to worship the deities in the temple is not there. Then we can, not otherwise, right? So this should be very clear. So Lord can appear even in the mind. So the Virat Purusha is a material expansion of Krishna. Is an expansion of Krishna's Mahat Tattva energy. That's how we should understand. Okay. Therefore, the potency of the Lord and the Lord are simultaneously different and non-different. Yes, this is called Achintya Veda Ved Tattva. This is the philosophy of our Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva. What is the meaning of that? Achintya is, first of all, you cannot understand with material intelligence. No. Not Chintya means to understand or to conceptualize. We cannot. Not with our dull material, or not with material intelligence. Achintya. Veda means different. Aveda means non-different. Tattva means truth. So simultaneously different and non-different truth. That is called. So Virat Purusha is simultaneously different and non-different. Even the soul is simultaneously non-different and non-different from Paramatma, super source. So that's our philosophy. Achintya Veda, simultaneously different and not different. So this is what is the doctrine of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preaches the philosophy or doctrine of Achintya Veda Veda. So again, this is clarified. The conception of Virat Purupa is especially for impersonalists. Correct. Because these people don't have conception of a spiritual form. So first they experience a material form. Yes. Is thus non-different from the eternal form of it. And that is why, okay, you can meditate on Virat Purush, slowly your material desires will disappear. This eternal form of the Lord exists prior to the creation of Mahatattva. And it is stressed here that the eternal form of the Lord is par excellence spiritual or transcendental to the modes of material nature. So yes, one should never ever think that Virat Purusha is temporary. No. It existed before. Much before the creation also Virat Purusha was there. You will see this will be further clarified in the second canto, 10th chapter. Virat Purusha was already there. After Virat Purusha, all the creative potencies were created. And after the creative potencies, still Virat was not waking up. Because the final activation, the final master switch was not pressed. So Virat was not getting up. That's a very nice poem that comes. Nath Tishtat Yato Virat. Oh, Virat did not get up. He was still sleeping. Despite Agni being created, Virat did not get up. That's a very beautiful shloka is this. Now Uttishtat Tato Virat. Now Uttishtat Tato Virat. Every second line is now Uttishtat Tato Virat. The Virat did not get up. Virat did not get up like that. So he was there before, right? And it's a purely spiritual form. He's not under three modes, not created by Maya. Three modes means creation of Maya. Creation of goodness is the body of demigod. Creation of passion is the body of human being. Creation in ignorance is the body of animals. But these are all created by Maya. Maya creates these bodies. But Virat Purusha's body is not created by Maya. It's beyond Maya. It existed before even Maya existed. The very same transcendental form of Lord is manifested by his internal potency. And the formation of his multifarious manifestations of incarnations is always of the same transcendental quality without any touch of Mahatattva. So every form of Lord is Ajopisan Ape Atma Bhutanam Ishwaropisan Prakrishtvam Abhishtaya Sambhavami Atma Maya. Atma Maya means his own internal potency. Right? So every particular form of Lord is formed by his own internal potency. Rama, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, everyone. It's all manifestation of his own internal potency. So this form is also, any form of Krishna is manifested by his Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. There are two types of Maya. Mahamaya or Bhairanga Shakti is especially for dictating the conditioned souls, like all of us in this material world. But in spiritual world, what Maya controls is Yoga Maya. Mahamaya is represented by Durga. Yoga Maya is represented by Srimati Radharani. Okay. So today what did we discuss? Today we discussed about the Virat Purusha, universal form. And how his universal form is, the entire universe is contained within this body. The Patal are his feet, the luminaries are his chest, sun and moon are his eyes, Bhumi is there in his abdomen, the navel is the Antariksha, so all these things are described later on in the second chapter. So that's considered to be his, like that usually sometimes we can say that that's the black hole. Universal forms never. So all these things are. Then we saw that how Krishna is so merciful that he understands that these materialistic people or the impersonalists, they are not able to directly meditate on the deity. And so he comes in the form of material form. But Krishna doesn't have a material form. His form is constituted materially, but it's spiritual in nature. Because it's not created by me. It's created by Krishna only. Okay. All right. So we'd like to pause here. Any questions? Anybody would like to ask something? Okay. Sachidanand Prabhu.
It is said that without Diksha, our bhakti is not fruitful.
Okay.
So,
But okay, please unmute yourself.
without initiation, our bhakti is not fruitful.
Okay.
So since only by doing bhakti, we should have tried from earlier time to get Diksha.
Yeah. We need to understand what is Diksha. Diksha means initiation or beginning. That is called Diksha, when you begin the process of bhakti. And when does beginning happen? When you have accepted a spiritual master as life and soul and started practicing bhakti under the instruction of such a spiritual master. That is called as Diksha. Ado Guru Padashraya, Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam, Vishrambena Guru Seva, Sadhu Vartman Vartana. These are all the limbs that comes. Bhakti Samrit Sindhu, Rupa Goswami explains all this. The Diksha is Divya Jnanam Yatodaya Kurvam Papasya Sanshayam. That is Diksha, where you are accepting the spiritual knowledge from Guru and putting it to practice and thus destroying all the papas or all the sinful activities. That's called as Diksha. Papakshapayati Divya Jnana. These two things. So the moment somebody has accepted a spiritual master in heart and started learning from the spiritual master and following the teachings, one person is initiated. That is initiated. But at the same time, we need the external official ceremony also. There is a Pancharatriki Vidhi, the Pancharatriki Yajna, and we need the beads, the new name. But what is more important is accepting spiritual master in heart and starting following his teachings. Prabhupada met his Guru in 1922, and there he accepted him in his heart. But he took official initiation after 11 years, 1950. Okay. So the first one is more important. Yes, Nisha Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the beautiful class. Thank you. Prabhu, can you please go over the Mahamaya and Yogamaya again? I missed. Like,
should I go over Mahamaya?
Yes, please. Mahamaya and Yogamaya. Please.
Yes. So there are two Mayas mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. If you look at the Bhagavad Gita 7.14, Daivi Esha Gudamayi Mama Maya Duratteya. So here is Mahamaya being mentioned. And what is Mahamaya doing? Mahamaya is the one who is bewildering the living entities through the three modes. That is also mentioned in 7.13. Trivir Gudamayi Bhavir, Evis Sarvamidam Jagat Pohitam Navijanati Mamevya Paramavye. She's bewildering everybody because of which persons are not able to understand their soul. They're not able to understand Krishna. He's covering everyone. So she functions in two ways. Avarnatmika, Prakshapatmika. Just like in movies, you find that there's a person going. So people put a blanket around him. This putting a blanket around is called as Avarnatmika. And they hit him also after that. Beatings. That beating is called as Prakshapatmika. Avarnatmika, Prakshapatmika. Covering the soul and beating the soul. That's the job of Mahamaya. Till the time one surrenders to Krishna. Because the second half of this verse is Mamevaya prapadyante maya metam tarante. As soon as you surrender to Krishna, Maya is automatically gone. And then in the Bhagavad Gita 9.13, we have the description of Yogamaya. Mahatmanas tumam partha daivim prakritimashitah. There are, on the other hand, there are some great Mahatmas, great souls. Who are they? They are situated under Daivi Prakriti, Yogamaya. Bhajanti ananya manaso. What do they do? Bhajanti. They do bhajan. How? Ananya manasa. That means without any other desire except to serve and please Krishna. That is their mentality. Jnatva bhutadim apyayam. And what do they do? The next verse, 9.14. Satatam kirtayanto ma. They are always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. They always chant. So the moment we chant and take shelter of the process of Bhakti Yoga, we come under Yogamaya. Whenever we have desire to enjoy, we are under Mahamaya. So right now, Jiva is called as Tatastha Shakti, is in the border. We are sometimes in Yogamaya, most of the times in Maya. That's our situation. Tatastha means exactly on the bank, just like you have a river and you have the sand bed. So Tatastha is that particular sand which is sometimes dry, sometimes wet. So that is our situation. So we have to increase Krishna bhajan so that we come under Yogamaya and minimize the Maya time so that we leave unnecessary Maya and be with Krishna. Okay? You want to know more? Please go to Bhagavad Gita 7th chapter 14th verse and Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter 13th verse. Okay? All right. There are no more questions. We will close early. No problem. Okay. On this occasion, we would like to congratulate Her Grace Dayamai Radha Prabhu. As our Devija Prabhu is now received initiation from His Grace Mahatma Prabhu, and her name is Her Grace Dayamai Radha Devidasi Prabhu. So let us all congratulate her for accepting the initiation in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara and becoming blessed with a spiritual name. And we would like to welcome her to the family of Krishna. Once you get initiation formally, you become a family member of Krishna. That's what Prabhupada says. You become Krishna's family member. But for that, we have to pay the price. The pay the price is a commitment to chant 16 rounds daily, to follow the 4 regulative principles, and to serve in the mission of Srila Prabhupada in the 7 days. So thank you so much for taking this sincere step. And we're all really proud of you, and we pray to the Lordships that may empower you now to represent Krishna consciousness or Krishna and preach. All right. So thank you very much. We will close here and we'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Samasta Gaur